cheerio, bonjour, hello. Okay, so I got a title screen. I did it on the last video, and I don't think anybody commented on it. Come on, Boomer here. I'm learning this iMovie stuff. That's why when I mess up, I don't even try to hide the edit. You guys, I've learned something where you can flash to something. I might do it in this video. But come on, pretty good, eh? This video today is about Jada Pinkett Smith. And unfortunately, I didn't write down the name of the person who recommended it. And I apologize. I went back, I spent 15 minutes searching the comments, using the search keywords and stuff. I couldn't find it. I found some stuff people said to me a year ago, meth mouth stuff, nasty stuff. Couldn't find it. So whoever you were, thank you very much. Okay, Jada Pinkett Smith. Well, I don't really know who she is. I know who Will Smith is. I'm going to guess he's probably almost my age, exactly my age. He did that show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I do know this about him. He graduated high school. His mother wanted him to go to college. And he said, let me go to LA for 1 year. And if I don't make it in 1 year, I'll come back and go to college. And he made it in that 1 year. So good for him. And I guess it's obvious his talent. Now, he's not necessarily my favorite kind of guy or actor, but I'm not a big television person. But here's something else interesting. Will Smith and his wife really wanted privacy. They demanded it. It was very, very important to them. So what did they do? They went on a talk show and talked about how she's kind of a hose bag. Funny, isn't it? Harry and his wife demand privacy. So they go and do a talk show with Oprah. Hey, when they were... You know that Harry and his wife had conversations about the things that we're going to say. I assume Oprah's people and their people back and forth with the questions. They told things that were flat out lies. Did they not think people were going to fact check them? They are not as protected as Hunter Biden, for example. What do you know? That's a protected man. Maybe the most protected man in the country. But the stupid lie about, we got married 3 days prior with the Arch of Canterbury or something. And he had to confirm that was not true, because he can't lie. Why would they tell things that are just blatant lies? Okay. Hey, John Adams. I should have said this about 3 minutes ago. Welcome. John Adams has been watching many videos and commenting a lot. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Let me think about it. I think if you hit right here, you can subscribe. So hit here. But if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I love video ideas. That's how we're on this one. Leanne Woodward wants me to talk about that family group, 8 passengers. Okay, I only know about them because they're really tacky. There's a T channel I watch named Sloan. Sloan lives just a few miles from me over in Arlington. He's a dude. He's got curly hair. I love him. He pushed a sleep mask that I ended up buying, and I love it. I have to have a sleep mask. Must be pitch black. I can put earplugs in if I need, but it's the darkness that's the most important to me. So if you have video ideas, put them down. But that's how I know about 8 passengers, was because of Sloan. So anyway, video ideas. This woman. Tacky. First off, I think I have brought this up in the past. How many of you would have even known the Oscars had taken place had Will not smacked Chris Rock? I have had no idea. In my 51 years, I have never watched 1 second of the Oscars. Really don't care. I am not a person, though, who cares about celebrities. To me, they are no different than myself. Most of them have problems with their parents. They don't speak to their siblings and all that kind of drama. Not necessarily a person I want in my world. So I don't give two shits what they say. But the look on her face, I've told you I watched the behavior panel. They've covered this. Go on, watch them. She's a CU in Toledo. She sat right there. And then it happened and she smiled. She smirked. She's a big smirker. I'm going to link. There's a guy I watched named H.G. Tudor. He talks about narcissism. So this might really surprise you, but he covers Harry's wife quite a bit. I know it's a shocker, but a narcissist channel covering Harry's wife. Right now, she's on this big women's empowerment tour. This woman who married for fame. Isn't that like kind of an oxymoron of feminism? I mean, she used a man to get fame. But H.G. Tudor, like I said, he talks all about smirking. He talks about how often this woman, Jada Smith, smirks and what a smirk really means. He brings up that Jada and her husband were Scientologists. Okay, I'm going to cover Scientology. I'll probably get blacklisted too. They go after people. There are about 7 to 9 Scientologists living in Purcellville. And I can tell because they send out mailings constantly. I was on one same route for 5 straight days. And the Scientologist house on that route got mail from the Scientology Center Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. They stay in constant touch. But there is so much information about Scientology out today. I don't understand how a regular person can be a Scientologist. And I'm sorry. John Travolta is a Scientologist. And they did a lot of work covering up some of his naughty, naughty deeds that he did early in his career. He liked to get naked with other men. And that's his own private business, but I guess that would have been bad for his career. So John Travolta, for the most part, owes his career to them. One of the beliefs of Scientology is they don't believe in medicine. No medicine. So John Travolta, I've told you this before, my father called him John Revolting because he was on Welcome Back, Kotter. But Kelly Preston got breast cancer. And unfortunately, it was a very curable type of breast cancer. But because of her Scientology beliefs, she didn't do that, didn't go for medical treatment until it was just too late. At the very end, she went hardcore for medical treatment, but it was too late and it took her. Well, John, apparently, from what I know, John was a little pissed off, but he can't go against the church because they protected him for, 35, 40 years now. And so he's just kept his mouth shut. They leave him alone. He leaves them alone. And I think that's kind of a deal they make. There's an actor, Jason Begman or something. I think he was in a movie, G.I. Jane. He's very outspoken against Scientology. And they do go after him. So to me, I find that interesting that these two people are Scientologists. Okay, so what I already knew about this woman before the Oscars was she had an affair with one of her son's best friends. So, it's just not kind of my thing. I've talked about it in the Pam Smart. It's still a boy. I mean, I guess the kid was 22, but as I think about it right now, 22, there's maybe some 22-year-olds. I saw this 22-year-old. He still looked like a boy. I say a lot, don't I? I should really be the channel instead of cheery out. But she sat in that red talk table and said to her husband, if you would have loved me enough, you would have seen that I was having a problem and that was going to happen. What the fuck? What an arrogant... What a see you in Toledo. I'm serious. Marriage is... It's work. It's a two-way street. You have to respect the other person. It's not a matter. Betty Broderick used to say to Dan, if you don't know what's wrong, I'm not telling you. You should know me better than that. Fucking hey, there's some women that are nuts. But what a dick comment to say to someone. And then he just sat there. I mean, I half feel sorry for him, but he's been putting up with it for 30 years. So, who really cares? So I knew about that. And I didn't care to respect him before. But I definitely didn't respect him at that point. I told you, Hillary Clinton, when all that stuff with Lewinsky came out, she needed to privately say, Bill, it's all good, you dumb fuck, you messed up. But then publicly say, I'm not sure, I need to go and think about our marriage, I'm going to go to my mom's. She could have gone to her mother's for 30, 60, 90 days, and then come back and said, I've decided not to give up on these last 19 years. But she didn't. She just stayed on his coattails the whole time. A lot of women lost respect for her. I mean, she was real big on my respect list before that. But, so now her thing that's going on with her, she has alopecia? No, the fuck she doesn't. Hit pause on my video right now and Google alopecia. Go to the images tab. That bitch doesn't have alopecia. But what's funny is if you go there, you'll see tons of pictures of her. She's got a little 1 inch by 3 millimeter area on her head that doesn't grow hair. It almost looks like a scar. When she was a kid, she bumped into the coffee table. And if that were to happen, you don't grow hair there. That's completely normal. That's what her alopecia is. But then when you scroll far enough and see the real alopecia patients, they don't look like that at all. It's splotchy bald marks everywhere. And none of the bald marks are perfectly... You'll see it. But then I hear that... I learned on iFunny that she's sponsoring or talking... She's going to be the spokesperson for some Pfizer drug for alopecia. So isn't that just another coincidence? It is. Okay, this video is not very long. This woman annoyed me. It annoyed me listening to the stuff about her. Again, don't really care much about celebrities anyway, but this woman's a bitch. Will Smith needs to kick her ass to the curb and make a public statement that say, you know what, I'm better than this. One of the interviews, she's talking about her entanglement. So when she fucked the little 22-year-old boy, she called it an entanglement, rather than calling it an extramarital affair, or being a slut, or being half pedophile. To me, it's kind of a pedophile, but you're not taking responsibility for it. When you call it an entanglement, you're calling it, that's not even what it was. It's not an entanglement. An entanglement is when you're pulling your hair out of your turtleneck and your necklace gets caught in it. That's an entanglement. Sometimes I'll be wearing the blue plastic gloves and I'll zip my zipper up on my jeans and the tip of the finger gets caught in the zipper. That's an entanglement. When a person's penis goes into another person's vagina, that's not an entanglement. If anything, that's an insertion. So, goodness. Okay. Give me video ideas for the future. Getting ready to go on vacation, so I'll be away for a week. If you're still watching right now, I am shocked. Hit like, hit subscribe, and God bless America.